Hi everyone, I'm Chloe, and today I'm so glad to introduce all of you about my two short films at Paramount Museum. I have presented my huge love with the museum into my footage. I really hope that you will enjoy my films, the museum, as well as the passionate volunteers of the museum. Thank you.
Whole weight. Go on. Yeah, you're very strong. Okay.
Is it a tropical? This one. Oh, let's see who did this one. So this is a big fish outfit.
Hi, I'm David. I've been volunteering at the Powerhouse for about 6 years now. My training is in computing and chemistry. I wanted to become a volunteer here because as a kid I used to go to the old museum up the road and I used to love the exhibits up there, particularly anything hands-on. Almost feel like that museum set me in a direction of science. So I always wanted to come back and volunteer to hopefully inspire some other people to do the same sorts of things that I have done. Probably my favourite thing is the Mars Discovery Station. I've always enjoyed researching exploration of space, so the Mars Station gives me that ability to pass on some of my knowledge to people. Not long ago, I was talking to a young boy about Mars, and he was really interested in the subject, and he wanted to know more and more. We probably talked for about 15 minutes, but about half an hour after he left me, he came running back and he had made a model of the Mars rover and he wanted to come back and show me how he'd been able to build something that looked quite like the rover that we have. I really got something back from the fact that the things that we'd been talking about had got through, and it inspired me even more to want to talk to other people about the Mars Discovery Station and the things that are on it.
Hi, my name's Christine Smalley and I'm a recent volunteer at the Powerhouse Museum. What I love about the Powerhouse is its encyclopedic nature. I think it is a destination where you can not only come to enjoy things that you really love, but also you have the opportunity to discover new things. When I step into a paradise last night at the opening, it was like paradise. I just had a grin from ear to ear, every room I went into. There's not a favourite room, I just loved it all. I love the way that Jenny and Linda took the Australian landscape and interpreted it for the first time really in a really fresh way. You know, the patterns and the kaleidoscope of colours and the shapes were so new and interesting, and obviously I wasn't around in the 60s when they started, but certainly in the 80s I did acquire a pair of Jenny Key sunglasses, which I still have, and I actually wore this morning to the Powerhouse. There's so many facets to a museum, and so whether that is behind the scenes, whether that's guiding, whether that's on the Discovery Station, there's so many opportunities where you can get involved. And you know, for some people it may lead to a career, for others they may have retired and it's just something that they're really passionate about and they enjoy being surrounded by beautiful things and technology. Yeah, so it's going to be different for every person. But for me, this is a place where one day I would love to work in.
I'm Tony Wober. I'm a volunteer guide at the Powerhouse Museum. I'm also lucky enough to play the Stewart piano, and it's been a most nourishing experience in retirement. I'm a retired doctor who was in the Royal Air Force, who wanted to be a spaceman. I was involved in many ways and recommended to be that for the UK, but I never actually got into space. This museum has a wonderfully eclectic range of items in it, from fashion and furniture to aeroplanes and spacecraft, and that is a stimulating combination to be able to guide on. On top of that, the icing on the cake is being able to play the Stewart piano. Of course, the Stewart piano is an exhibit in its own right, and I use gloves when I'm opening it, but to play the piano I don't need gloves because the keys are normal plastic type keys, so I can get people to come from the public to play it perfectly safely. Encouraging people to join in creates unexpected happenings. One stands out, a young girl and her mother. She was about 9 years old. I would ask the girl if she'd like to play. She said she'd never played before, so her mother lifted her out of her wheelchair and placed her alongside me on the piano stool, and I got her to put one finger on the piano and I taught her to play a note at a time, so the scale of C. And once she managed that, because she wasn't very strong, I played an accompaniment of a waltz underneath and we made music together. And then as she was getting tired, she said, "I can sing." The name of the song she'd composed was In My Mind. It was very sweet and charming, and they wheeled off together, and she thanked me, a little girl, for making her day, and I thanked them both for making my day. They say that if you do what you like, you're free, and if you like what you do, you're happy. And I like playing the Stewart piano. And on top of that, guiding, so each time I leave on a Tuesday, I'm a very happy bunny.
Hi guys, I'm Suzanna and I'm a film student at the Australian Film, Television and Radio School, and this is the film I made of Meg Stevenson last year at the Powerhouse. It was so lovely to work with Meg, and she's such a fun, natural spirit that I really wanted to capture in my film, which I guess was a bit of a challenge for me because the Powerhouse is so big and so noisy and it's easy to get distracted, but we managed to find a small soundproof room where we just had a conversation, and I was really lucky to be able to capture that on camera. Majority of it was filmed in one day, and to top that day off, just as I was leaving, I found out that I got into my dream film school, and I remember I ran back inside and had to tell Meg and Dawn. And I think that's what I love most about the Powerhouse, is that you really get that sense of community and support. It was a pleasure to work with the volunteers, and I hope you enjoy my film.
Hello, I'm Meg Stevenson, and I've been working here at the museum as a volunteer for 30 years. After working for 40 years in one direction as a physiotherapist, it was perhaps time to change direction and do something altogether different. And when a friend and I saw this advertisement for volunteers at the museum, we applied. I also had always been very interested in decorative arts from a time I had in London. The latest tours have been more in fashion. We have the Step into Paradise, very much Australian design. We have the opportunity to learn more about those exhibitions and try and share it with the public. This is a photoplayer. That photoplayer setup was here when the museum opened in 1988. And we do have silent movie made in 1923. And then you get picture and you get words. And the rest you have to use your imagination. Someone gets shot in a movie, bang, that's ad hoc. Adding sounds is all ad hoc, and we demonstrate to the public. It's a lot of fun. There's a lovely rhythm in the songs, and if you get the rhythm, you can bring that rhythm out in the side effects. There are other volunteers, been as long as I have, because people get interested in it. You meet people of all different sorts, from all different walks of life. Basically, human nature stays the same, and people like to learn about things. They want to learn about it in a happy atmosphere. On Thursday, I come to the museum, and I enjoy it. Jasmine, one of our volunteer coordinators, very naughtily wrote a long article about me and sent to the Volunteers of New South Wales, and I unfortunately won the Northern Sydney Division of Volunteers for 2017.
Unfortunately?
Oh, well, I think other people deserved it.